Marry a lefty.
Let's find out if Donald Trump is a lefty. He's author of the new book, The Midas Touch, which talks about your hands being golden. Are you left or right, Donald?
I'm a righty.
All right, so you and Melania sleep very well at night.
Well,
we have no
Melania,
problem.
She.
Melania, lefty or right?
Very risque for this program. We have no problem.
Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
I wasn't asking that. I was asking if you sleep.
We sleep well.
Okay. Let's get your thoughts, as we always do, on the GOP race currently. We just had Herman Cain on the show. He's come under some sharp criticism as a frontrunner in many of the polls, as bound to happen, and some of the statements that he made. How do you see it flushing out now?
Well, he's done really amazingly well. I've met him. He's been up. We're sort of friends. I've made a lot of friends over the last period of time because, as you know, they're all coming up to Trump Tower. We're meeting, and I represent a large group of people that are tired of seeing this country get ripped off by OPEC and everybody else, China in particular, India, Mexico. I mean, you name the country, they're ripping us. Mm-hmm. It's hard to believe. Used to be that we were the kings. We would make all the good deals. Now we're making all the stupid deals. So almost everybody makes us look badly. But they've all come up, and I really liked Herman. I thought Herman was just terrific, great personality, wonderful guy, warm guy, and we had a great meeting.
Well, and at the very conclusion of the interview, we remarked that he's essentially started a new business model for running for president. On a shoestring, here he has rocketed to the top of the Des Moines Register poll in Iowa.
Well, I agree with what he's doing in that sense. I've always said these political consultants, they just suck you dry, and I see it. Even with myself, when I was thinking about running, I was doing great before I had anybody, and I didn't really have anybody. I didn't have anybody, come to think of it. And I'd go on. If you asked me to be on your show, I'd be on your show. And if somebody else asked me, I'd go on that show. And, that's a lot cheaper than paying for commercials. And frankly, I agree with his theory. I think a lot of times, and you can take a look, like, I've really, liked Rick Perry a lot. He came up, we had dinner, he was a great guy, but I actually think they fed him too much information. It would have been better if he just went out and did a little bit what Herman Cain does.
Yeah, his first speech was so much better than his first debate. But Donald, when you go and meet with all these guys, and in Michelle Bachmann's case, a woman, does it ever bring up, instead of like, hey, I'd like your endorsement, Donald, do they ever say, would you ever consider joining my administration as an advisor or in some capacity?
Well, I don't want to say that, but they do like me, and they know I represent a lot of people, millions and millions of people that just see what's happening with this country, and they know I get it. I get what's happening. I mean, we can never be a great country again. And, it sounds horrible, and it sounds really like something you shouldn't say, but if we're not going to be a rich country again, we're not going to be a great country again. We can't be. And our blood is being drained by OPEC and by China. They're taking our jobs. They're manufacturing our goods. They're manipulating their currency to do it, and we don't do anything about it.
And here's another sidebar to you always talking about OPEC and China. The Department of Energy of this country is now defending this loan that they gave to a company to build electric cars in Finland.
Right.
So they're saying that the money that they gave, taxpayer money, is actually being used for the U.S. operation part of this country. I want you to listen to Jay Carney, the spokesperson for the president, defending Fisker, the Fisker loan.
The model that will be built in the United States will be built in the United States, and that the loan program that was provided will assist in that endeavor. Not only that, the model that is being built in Finland relies on suppliers and others here in the United States for its manufacture. So I think what was discovered in that piece is that this plant is doing exactly what it said it would do.
Donald, is this the kind of stuff that was going on all the time? In other words, U.S. taxpayer money going to help foreign nations, and Americans just weren't in tune with it, but now they are?
Gretchen, when we were a great country, this was an impossibility. It could not have happened. Okay, that's when we were a great country. We're not a great country right now. We're a debtor nation. We have leadership that's the worst. I mean, the worst we've ever had, I think. I think it'll go down as perhaps the worst. I used to say Jimmy Carter, but this is the best thing. He's the best thing that ever happened to Jimmy Carter because it's making Jimmy Carter look good. We have the worst leadership we've ever had. This would have been an impossibility. And I actually saw that on your show last week, and I said, it's really a joke. I thought it was some kind of a spoof. I didn't think they were serious. But, I mean, even worse is we're subsidizing China. We're giving billions of dollars to China. To me, that's far worse. That's to me, the greatest of them all.
It's just whether the government can force an industry to grow, like electric cars, maybe before it's ready. I got to ask you, did you see the ranking of America around the world in job creation? Do you know, I believe we are 10th.
We're 13th.
We're 13th now overall in job creation as a multi-business owner. What's your reaction to that?
Well, the incentives are being taken away, and it's really tough to do anything. If you look at what the EPA is doing, I can tell you I'm in the construction industry. And, you know, in one way I'm lucky because I own great stuff, and I don't need approvals. And it makes the competition a lot less. There aren't people building things that can compete with me because they can't get permits.
Right.
So in one way I'm saying, well, maybe this isn't such a bad job. But as an American, as a person that's proud of this country, you want to see growth and you want to see something happen.
Sure.
You know, I oftentimes tell the story about China, where I go to China and they're building a city in the sea. They're dumping into the ocean rocks and, you know, clean rocks, big boulders, and they're building acres and acres of land. And I said, how long did it take you to get the permits? And the guys didn't even know what I was talking about. They said, this is the ocean.
Yeah.
Now, if we ever did it in our country, it's called the electric chair. So,
Right.
you know, look, we're way, way, way behind the times.
Yeah, no
and
kidding.
we've got a lot of problems, folks.
Yeah, and in that thing, I mean, hats off to New Zealand. Good for you. You know how to create small business.
And very good at rugby.
Yeah. Macedonia
things.
beat us. All right. Donald Trump, have a fantastic week. Thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you
us an
very
hour
much.
earlier today.
I love this. I love this time. This time's better for me. I like it even better.
All right, I'm going to
Wow.
I'm going to see what I can do for you,
And
Donald.
you guys are special.
I
you
know
have a
why.
special show.
Because you can still be in your jammies.
Well,
That's why.
no, actually, because I can get to my office earlier. That's what I
Okay.
like.
Time
All
to
right.
make the money.
I can work so I can be rejected by government because I don't pass the rules and regulations.
Yeah, just
right?
get the Jones Beach restaurant built, please.
Right, there's
Yeah.
another example of something that doesn't get built. It's
All right.
unbelievable.
Donald, have a great week.
Have a good